Hello again. I'm not a particular supporter of either Tommy Robinson or Nigel Farage, but I can't help but notice how obsessed many in the media appear to be with their real names, as they put it, and ancestry. The phrase Tommy Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, pops up in the newspapers and on the BBC every time he is mentioned, as does the fact that he has an Irish passport. Nigel Farage? Ha! His name indicated his ancestors were French Huguenots, who were asylum seekers. How ironic is that? One newspaper even researched his ancestry and discovered that his great-great-grandfather was a German immigrant who came to Britain penniless in search of a job. Just the kind of person, it was said, that Nigel Farage wants to ban from coming here now. This kind of thing is a constant background when anybody perceived by the mainstream media as being right-wing or far-right is mentioned. But what about those on what might not inaptly be called the far left? People like the leaders of the Green Party. Why are their real names and ancestry never spoken about? This is curious and hypocritical. When the leader of the Green Party, Zack Polanski, is mentioned, has anybody ever read afterward that his real name is David Paulden? Of course not. And yet that is the name he was born with and was known by it until he was an adult. He then decided to start calling himself Zack Polanski. No reason why he should not, of course, any more than there is any reason why Stephen Yaxley Lennon could not start calling himself Tommy Robinson. But why is it that the man described by many as being far right should always have attention drawn to this, while there is an unspoken agreement that the far left's character, his wish to change his name, should not be the subject of remark? Part of this is, I'm guessing, that journalists don't wish to be accused of implicit anti-Semitism. The Paulden family were originally called Polanski when they arrived in Britain well over a century ago, and so it would be hard to say anything about the change of name without mentioning Jews. It is unusual, though, for a man to change both his surname and also his Christian name, and that is interesting. Zack Polanski's stepfather is called David, so perhaps that's why he dropped the name and adopted the name Zack. Very curious. What about his deputy, Mothin Ali? He's dropped the Muhammad from his name, perhaps to reduce the Muslim flavour of it. If we are constantly to mention Tommy Robinson's Irish passport and the fact that his mother is Irish, should we also not mention that both Mothin Ali's parents are Bangladeshi? If not, then why not? I have heard it said that he too has Bangladeshi citizenship and is entitled to a passport from that country. Is that as much interest to journalists as Tommy Robinson's Irish passport? It is not. The hypocrisy and double standards on display here really are off the scale.